welcome to EGH Versus Cars. Well, I spent the last couple of days sorting out odds and ends and checking for leaks and all kinds of stuff. So the big day has come. It's time to see if the car will start and run and not make any funny noises. So let's go take a look. So here it is. I got the charger on it because I used the starter to turn it over to bring oil pressure up, and that took a little while between an empty oil filter and we had to fill the oil cooler line, so probably 3 or 4 minutes of turning. So I thought I'd let it charge up a bit before we try to start it. And we got the carburetors all hooked up. Found a pinhole in the gas line this morning, fixed that. I got all the bits on the side here. I had a hard time getting this to seal. And this nut came with this pipe, but it looks like it's a little shorter. I'm just about bottomed out on it. So thoughts for next time, use the original one again. I suppose it's always a better idea. Got our oil pressure hooked up, speedometer's hooked up, tachometer's hooked up, batteries in, wiring's done except for the nose here. These are the connections out for the headlights and all that. There's some on both sides. I want to make sure I got those so they're not touching anything. Filled the radiator with water. This is how I found that was leaking. Pumped the fuel bowls up with the primer pump on the pump. So the pump worked okay. I did have a leak on this shutoff, and it was two things. One was that the new line nut bottomed out before it got the flared end, the bubble flare on the end, all the way up. So I had to take and I turned a couple of threads off the end of the piece, and the cork seal really wasn't working very well, so I took it apart and I made a new brass part to replace the cork. So it's a piece of brass, same size, well, a little bit shorter because normally the cork would be compressed, and a couple of O-rings, and that seems to have worked. So that's all in, and we've got the dashboard together, and I guessed at which way to get the ammeter in, and it was backwards, so I had to pull the ammeter gauge out and flip the wires left and right. Fuel gauge seems to work, though it reads empty, but if I ground it, it reads full. The new temperature gauge is in. We had tested the oil pressure gauge with air months ago, so now I've got the choke in too. So it looks like we're pretty good. There's still a little bit of wiring to do. I've got to wire the overdrive. Need to finish repairing the transmission tunnel. It's got a couple of cracks in it, need welding, and put the shifter handle in and get the overdrive switches hooked up and the relay in. But that shouldn't matter for today. So we'll get you on the stand and we'll see if we can get this thing to work. Turned everything on. Let's see what happens here. Now look at that. First time in 30 plus years this car's got a running motor. Oil pressure, sure if it's charging it or not. Temperature starting to come up already, burning all the crap off the line. No, it's not charging right now. We'll figure that out later. We'll let this run for 20 minutes. Let the cam brake in. So I played with the carburetor and the timing a little bit, and I adjusted the valves. It's running much better now. I think if I put a new set of plugs in, since these is an old set, they're probably 20 years old, they were laying around, I threw in. I think it'll work even better. I noticed I was turning it by hand to set the time, and boy, the compression is pretty robust. I hope you enjoyed that. So I made a few quick carburetor adjustments and sort of set some initial timing. Nothing is final, that's for sure. The only thing I see right now is that the generator doesn't seem to be charging, so I'm not quite sure what that's about, but we'll have to check it out later. It's getting late in the day. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you later.